Hello, hello, welcome. Hi YouTube fam, hi TikTok fam. It's Friday. I'm interested to see how many people are available because it is Friday night. So that'll be interesting to see. I think I put way too much Vaseline on my lips. I'm gonna give people a chance to join us. Sorry, I know that's like so nasty. My allergies have been acting crazy. I don't know what's going on. Like, who has allergies in the winter? Like, I know that's freaking weird. This bun is loose. Hi. Happy Friday. Hello, hello. What if I do this? This looks sultry. Hi, y'all. Welcome. It's Friday night. Hey. Happy Friday. I know y'all hype. I'm hype, even though whether it's Friday or Tuesday, I do the same thing every day. I do the same thing every day. Eat, sleep, gym, eat, repeat. My days don't change, but I know that a lot of you guys are happy that it's Friday. So happy Friday to you guys. Happy Friday to me. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope y'all don't overeat. I hope y'all still, count your calories, still work out, do something, y'all. Do something, please. Do something. Don't let all of your hard work go down the drain for some margaritas at happy hour. Don't do that, because them margaritas be packing with calories, okay? Packing. And when I used to be a heavy drinker, I could drink about 2 of them big ass margaritas with the salt on the rim. Shoot. You better ask about me. I be throwing them back. Do not play with me. I used to throw them back. So today, you guys, tonight, I want to talk to you guys about like healthy eating tips, things like that. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of questions when it comes to what's healthy, what's not, what can you eat, what can you not. And it's not common knowledge, you guys. So don't ever for a second think that you're slow or stupid because you don't know what's considered healthy and what's not. Don't do that, okay? It's not common sense. It's not common knowledge. And unless you were brought up in a household, which most of us are not, unless you were brought up in a household where, eating healthy and exercise was a priority, then you're not gonna know, right? And there's so much misinformation out there too, so it makes it really hard to know, like, well, what's healthy, what's not. For those of y'all who are just joining my profile, TikTok, YouTube, y'all just joining my channel, my name is Jasmine, and I lost 115 pounds naturally, meaning no weight loss surgery, no appetite suppressant pills. What did I do? I changed the way I thought. I started eating better and I started exercising, particularly weightlifting. I love the weight room. That's my zone. That's where I lock in. And TikTok, if you want to see my gym vlogs, and YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. I upload every single day, always talking about different exercises, food, all of that. Like that's what I love to do. That's what I love to talk about. And I want to help women like myself not only lose weight in 2024, but keep the weight off, okay? That's my goal. That's how I'm here to help. So if y'all have any questions along the way, definitely feel free to ask, okay? All right, you're not gonna be shy, right? All right, cool. So we're talking about healthy eating tips for 2024 because not only do we want to lose weight, you guys, we want to keep it off. That's the number one thing, keeping it off. Like, how many times do you really want to start your journey? Not like be in it, but like restart it. That's annoying, that's frustrating, and it's hard. To keep restarting a weight loss journey, that's tiring as hell. And that's why a lot of y'all don't be half motivated, because y'all are already done it. Y'all done already started the start process about 30 times and can't get past the first few weeks, right? But it doesn't have to be that way. I think a lot of times the reason why it's so easy for us to gain it back is because we never really learned the proper tools in the first place to eat right. We're doing like a lot of them fad diets. We sitting around being hungry all day, only eating like 1,000 calories, doing like frozen meals that aren't even really good. They just nasty and they only give you a little bit of food, right? So that's no fun. Then you want to be a cardio junkie because you think the only way to really lose fat is to be on a treadmill for 2 hours. Well, that's no fun, to be honest. Like, if you're gonna walk outside, right? Walk outside. Being on the treadmill for 2 hours, that's boring. And I'm pretty sure most of y'all will agree with me. It's boring on the treadmill. Now, I love a good nature walk, but to sit on the treadmill for 2 hours, you can have that. That is not anything I'm trying to be a part of. That looks like boring, okay? But that's why we gain the weight back, because we're doing things that aren't realistic with our schedule. We're eating food that we don't even really like, right? You're not really learning what kind of food you can eat. You're depriving yourself of any and everything. And then half the time you're on a diet because you're trying to look cute for the vacation. And once the vacation over, or the wedding, or whatever it is that you're trying to lose this weight for, once it's over, you're back to your old ways. And then you gain all the way back. And then the cycle repeats. And then another year goes by. And now you're bigger than you were before. And now you're talking about New Year's resolutions. And nothing came of it. So let's start with one of the most important aspects of losing weight. Yes, mindset is by far the number one, but we talked about that yesterday. Today, I want to talk about food, because to me, it's mindset, then it's food, then it's exercise. So let's talk about number two, which is food. The very first thing I want you guys to know is I am vegan. I've been vegan for 1.5 years. And when I started my weight loss journey, I did not start off as vegan. The first 4 months into my journey, I was still eating meat. So chicken, salmon, lean steaks, seafood, things like that. It wasn't until month 4 where I decided to let all that go. And for those of y'all who don't know, vegan is no animal product. I know a lot of times people get veganism and vegetarianism confused or intertwined. So vegans, we don't eat any animal products. So no meat, no dairy, no seafood, nothing with an animal, okay? My mom still gets confused. She'll be like, wait, so you can eat seafood, right? Mom, no animals, like, no. So it can be very confusing. I know, like, we're like, what? No, nothing with animals, okay? Vegetarians still eat dairy, so that's the biggest difference, okay? But just because I'm vegan, just because I'm plant-based, does not mean you have to be in order to live a healthy lifestyle. But I will always encourage you to still eat plant-based meals. You can still enjoy a plant-based dinner or a plant-based lunch and not wear the title of being vegan, okay? I think a lot of people get a little overwhelmed, like, whoa, pump the brakes. Like, I like plants and all, but I'm still gonna eat my steak, or I'm still gonna eat my crab legs. And honey, yes, you can still do that. I'm just encouraging you to still eat a plant-based meal, at least once every other day. Can we start with that? Because there's so many benefits to eating unprocessed foods. And that's the biggest thing that I want to talk to you guys about tonight when it comes to eating healthy, okay? So, like we said, so much misinformation out there. It's confusing the way they package things. No sugar added, low salt, high protein, low carbs. It's like, what's really the truth and what's really fake, okay? So, sorry about that. When you go into a grocery store, let's talk about it. When you go into a grocery store, no matter how confusing everything else may seem, this will always be true. I want you guys to stay on the outskirts of the grocery store as much as possible. I don't know where that cough came from. I'm sorry. I promise I'm not sick. I don't know what's going on. Stay on the outskirts of the grocery store, you guys, okay? That includes like your produce. 1 second, y'all. Let me get my water real quick. We talking business. We talking business. All right. Sorry about that. I want you guys to stay on the outskirts of the grocery store. That's where you're gonna be the safest, okay? Now, obviously, you can't always stay on the outskirts. Like, some things are gonna be in the aisles. So, like your seasonings, your bread, your grains, so your rice, your barley, your quinoa, right? You're not always gonna be on the outskirts, literally. But if most of your basket is full of produce, full of meat, for those of y'all who eat meat, that's where you're safest, okay? That's where you're gonna get the most healthiest meals for you. When you get into the processed foods, you guys, you're getting into stuff that's high in fat, high in calories, and very low in nutritional value. One of the reasons why we overeat is because we're not eating healthy foods. A lot of processed foods, you guys, does not have fiber. So fiber is what keeps us feeling full longer, okay? So when you're snacking on a whole bunch of junk like chips and candies and cookies, yes, it tastes good, okay? Of course, like some of my favorite foods was like Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Like what? Okay, of course it tastes good. It always tastes good, but you're gonna be hungry later very quickly because there's no fiber in that. So nothing is keeping you full. So you're gonna constantly be going back and reaching for more and more unhealthy foods. When you stay in the produce section, okay, when you hang out over there, when you hang out with the fruits and the vegetables and you start making more meals with fruits and vegetables, you're getting a lot of fiber. That's going to keep you feeling fuller for longer. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, and everything I say, I always want you guys to fact check. Never just take my word for it. I always want you to Google it yourself so that you can see that I'm right, okay? When it comes to fiber, did you know that you're supposed to have a bowel movement more than once a day? I remember before I was plant-based, I would only have a bowel movement once a day, one time a day. That's not how that's supposed to go, y'all. You're supposed to be having a bowel movement 2 and 3 times a day. And some people don't even have one once a day. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? It's because you're not eating enough fiber, okay? That's why you're not having a number 2 more than once a day or even every other day, okay? So the biggest way to fix that, it's not taking a pill. Doctors love to give us pills, okay? It's like there's a pill for everything. Here's a pill for this, here's a pill for this. But a lot of the biggest thing, you guys, is what we eat and what we do to our bodies. So eating healthy and exercising, okay? Let's stop with the pills. Let's get on the mindset of eating our medicine. Let's eat how we're supposed to eat, okay? So if you have those issues, I invite you to start eating more fiber, okay? Now, when it comes to fruit, a lot of times people think that, oh, well, I'm on a diet, so I can't eat that much fruit. Honey, let me tell you something. Who have you ever met in life, and I want you to really sit here and reflect on this. Who have you ever met in life who was overweight eating fruit? That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist, right? You might have an apple, but you're also following it with candy, right? Or cake or ice cream, right? But if you sit there and you think about everyone that you've ever talked to in life, who have you met that was overweight off of fruit and vegetables? You haven't, because fruit is healthy for you. Now, all fruit is not equally yoked, okay? And we can talk about that right now. But I want you to know there's nothing wrong with eating fruit. And don't limit yourself to 1 apple a day. No. Okay, so let's talk about fruit real quick since we're on that topic. Your berries. Have as much of them as you want. Berries are by far the healthiest fruit that you could ever have. If you want to eat them all day, eat them all day. I want you to. So that's blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, boysenberries, I don't know, whatever thing that has a berry behind it, knock yourself out. They're low in calories, low in sugar, high in protein. High in fiber, high in fiber. I eat, you know how you can get the blueberries in like the little pints and the big pints or the big containers? I go through a big container within 2 days. I'm eating so many blueberries, you guys, and I still managed to lose 115 pounds. But it doesn't stop there, okay? So berries, number 1. Number 2, citrus. So your oranges, your lemons, things like that. Now, I'm personally not a lemon fan. I love orange juice. Fresh squeezed orange juice. Be careful. Don't go and get the cartons of orange juice where they done added sugar to it. That's defeating the purpose. But what I'll tell you is if you have a Whole Foods near you, Whole Foods has, well, most of them. I don't know about all. But the ones near my house, right? They have an orange juice juicer where it's literally orange. You hold your container down below. You push the button and you literally watch the oranges get juiced and come out into your container. That's what I'm talking about. Or you can juice your own. It's up to you. Now, when you juice, just know that you are losing the fiber because most of that stuff, they're just giving you the juice and then all the other stuff is left behind. That's all the nutrients. But the flavor of orange juice is delicious, okay? So, berries, citrus. and then anything after that, okay? So what do I eat in a day as far as fruit is concerned? Oh man, what don't I eat? I eat a shit ton of blueberries every single day. I eat a banana every single day. Sometimes I eat two, depending on if I'm doing a protein shake or oatmeal. Sometimes I'll have 2 bananas. I'll do an apple every single day, and I do pineapples every single day. And I still manage to lose 115 pounds with no weight loss surgery and no appetite suppressant pills. So when you guys are considering not eating fruit because you're on these diets, I want you to realize that you can still eat your fruit, okay? I want you to get the fruit that you love, but I invite you to eat berries. Berries are very, very healthy for you, okay? And now, this is another thing we can talk about real quick. Frozen versus fresh versus canned, fruit and vegetables. All right, fresh is always gonna be better, but we recognize that a lot of times it doesn't last very long. And who really wants to be going to the grocery store every other day because the stuff starts molding? Half the time when they get the stuff from wherever they get it from, it's already going bad by the time it gets to the grocery store, okay? So then the shelf life of that is like, what, 2 to 3 days? Okay, I get it. So, but fresh is gonna be your best bet as far as health-wise. Then you're frozen. Frozen fruit and vegetables are really good for you guys. But stay far away from the cans. Stay very far away from the canned fruits and vegetables. They're adding sugar to it and they're adding salt. 2 things that are really bad for your body, all right? Now, if you already have canned fruit and canned vegetables, one thing I'll never do is tell you to throw it away. We work way too hard to be throwing away food. And food is very expensive, right? Am I right or am I right? So don't buy anymore. Or if you want to get rid of it, if you want to start fresh, give it away, but don't throw it away, okay? Please don't throw away no food. Just give it to someone else and start fresh if you want to do that, or just eat it and don't buy anymore, all right? But fresh and frozen are always going to be your healthiest bet when it comes to fruit and vegetables, okay? So we've talked about produce and we've talked about our basket should be full of fruits and vegetables. Now you're gonna make your way over to the butcher. So for those of y'all who like meat, knock yourself out, but stick with the lean meat. So your chicken, your salmon, your lean cut steaks. Now when I was eating meat, I loved a bone-in ribeye. That was my thing, and that's not lean. So I don't know what a lean steak is, to be honest with you, because the steaks that I used to eat used to have the fat because that's where the flavor was, right? Okay, but there are apparently, supposedly, there are lean cut steaks. I ain't never had one, but they're out there, all right? When did you get your bottom surgery? I never got any surgery. I've never had any type of lipo, BBL, weight loss, nothing. I've never had any of those things. The only surgeries I've ever had were knee surgeries. When I used to play basketball, I tore my meniscus and my ACL, okay? But as far as anything else, never had it. So, anyways, when you get to the butcher, you're gonna have your meats, so you can get your meat. You might do dairy. Be careful when it comes to these things. And we're gonna talk about this a little bit later when I try to get y'all to see the benefits of eating more plant-based meals. Your saturated fat, let's get into it. Does anyone, all right, so you got good fats and you got bad fats, right? So your bad fats is a saturated fat. The good fats is your unsaturated. So when people say, oh, it's good fat, they're talking about your unsaturated fat, okay? The saturated fat, that's what's clogging your arteries. That's what's leading to heart attacks and things of that nature, okay? Where do you find saturated fat, you ask? In the processed foods, which is another reason why I stress the importance of eating unprocessed foods as much as possible, because you're not gonna get your saturated fat in freaking mushrooms and cabbage and spinach and pineapples, okay? It's not there. It's not there. It's in the stuff that they've processed. It's in the packages. It's in the bags. It's in the boxes, okay? That's where it is. It's also in the dairy, all right? So I'm never gonna tell you don't eat dairy. If you love dairy, then knock yourself out. But what I will tell you is to start measuring how much you're putting into your salads or whatever it is that you're eating. I don't really eat salads. I think, I just think they're kind of boring. People think that because I'm vegan, I'm just eating these salads all day, and I rarely, if ever, eat a salad, okay? I'm just not a salad girl, never been. But if you enjoy salads, if that's what you like to eat, not what you're forcing yourself to eat, let's be clear. In order to keep the weight off, I want you guys to eat stuff that you actually like. I want you to be excited about it. I want you to be ready for lunch. Like, hell yeah, I have this really good lunch in my bag and I can't wait to eat it. Don't ever be on some, I don't know about that. Because then you're not going to stick with it, okay? So be excited about your meals. If you're not excited about a salad, then stop eating salads. You can still eat healthy and not eat salads. But if you love them, knock yourself out. Now, if you do make your salads and you do like your cheese on there, I encourage you to measure out how much cheese you're putting on that salad. Do not stick your hands in the cheese bag and throw the cheese on the salad. I want you to take your measuring cup. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 1/4 cup. I haven't eaten cheese in a year and a half, so I don't really know, but I think it's 1/4 cup for a serving. I want you to take your 1/4 cup, scoop it in there, and that's your serving. 1 serving of cheese, all right? If you're gonna eat cow milk, I want you to measure out your 8 ounces of milk, okay? Now, if you're gonna do soy milk like me, or almond milk, or oat milk, or whatever other plant-based milk, because a lot of people drink plant-based milk that aren't vegan. It's just like the new thing to do, I don't know. But if you're gonna do that, you don't have to worry about it because there's no saturated fat in that. But there is in the cow milk, okay? So I want you guys to be mindful of these things that you're eating. And again, most of the time when you're looking at saturated fat and things like that, most of the time that stuff is in the processed food. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because you're vegan or just because you eat plant-based does not mean it's healthy for you. Because there are a lot of processed foods in the plant-based world as well. Notice I said unprocessed foods. But you can still get processed foods that's plant-based that's not healthy for you, okay? Impossible meat, Impossible burgers, Beyond burgers. We still have vegan cheese. All that stuff is processed. All that stuff is processed. But because it's plant-based, that does not make it healthy, okay? So keep that in mind. It's about eating unprocessed foods as much as possible. Now, you can't always avoid it. You might have to use a little bit of oil when you're cooking your food. Sometimes you might add a little bit of butter to your food. That's processed, right? We talked about milk. Technically, that's processed. Even the soy milk, it's processed, right? But you can make healthier choices, all right? It's about eating unprocessed as much as possible, okay? If you can eat more unprocessed than processed, you're doing something right. Because it's not just about losing the weight too, you guys. One thing that I always talk about on my YouTube channel, TikTok, if you're not subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. It's about wellness. It's about overall health, okay? Because you can still be a healthy weight and unhealthy as hell. I'm sure you know people who are like that, who just have very high metabolisms, but they eat like shit, okay? That does not mean they're healthy because they are a healthy weight. It's about wellness. It's about trying to live as long as the universe sees fit or whoever your higher power is, okay? So anything that you can do on your end to prevent these chronic illnesses like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, whatever you can do on your end, some cancers, let's do it, right? Now, we're not God. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. But if you can do your part, why not, right? Why not? Now, before I lost all my weight, I was facing some serious stuff. I was going down that path. I was diagnosed with pre-diabetes back, I think I was like 28. I'm 33 now. So my blood sugar was getting up there. I was pre-diabetic, okay? I had high cholesterol for years. I always ate eggs. Always ate eggs. And no, I was not just eating one. I was eating about 4 with the bacon and the cheese damn near every single day. That was breakfast. I would not skip a day. I love bacon. I was one of those people that thought bacon belonged on any and everything. It's not a sandwich unless you put bacon on it. That's how I felt. That's literally how I felt. And I stood by it. Okay? Hi, Monisha. That's who I was. I was eating bacon every single day. So am I surprised? No. No, I'm really not surprised. But this is what I was dealing with. I also had hypertension. Not to the point where I had medicine, but my blood pressure was getting up there. First, it started out at 135 when I was about 26. It was slowly starting to climb up. Then by the time I got to be like 28, it was like 138. That was the average. Then when I got to 30, my average is around 140. And who knows what it would have been today if I didn't change my life. Now I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I don't have high cholesterol. And my blood pressure sits at around 118. And I lost all of the weight naturally. No weight loss surgery, no appetite suppressant pills. What did I do? I changed my mindset. I changed what I ate, and I got my lazy ass up and started exercising. I was a couch potato. I was a certified couch potato. Certified, okay? After work, I would come home and sit on my couch until I fell asleep every single day, never skipped a day. That's what I did. The only exercise I ever got was walking from the store to the car and in the grocery store. That was it. Didn't do anything else, okay? So I'm here to tell you, if I can change, you can too. Now, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. I came from a family where we were all overweight. The only people in my family who weren't overweight were the men. I don't know what it is about the ladies, but every single lady in my family was big, okay? We all packed on weight. The men could eat whatever they want and be skinny. But the women in my family, big. We was all big. So it made sense as to why I'm eating the way I'm eating, because that's what I was brought up doing. Okay, so I didn't come from a family where there was fresh fruit on the counter. Okay, I didn't come from a family where we went on family walks. What? We were playing video games. Like, come on. That's what I came from. And for those of y'all who are new to my page, I started my journey when I was 31, and I'm 33 now. And it took me roughly 15 months to lose the 115 pounds, so about 10 pounds a month. The first month was my fastest month of weight loss. So I think my first month I lost 15 pounds, but then every month to follow was around 8 to 10 pounds. Some weeks I didn't lose any weight. Some weeks I would lose more weight than normal. That's what a journey is. And that's where it can get frustrating. You can lose motivation. You could start to feel like this isn't gonna work for me, because it's pushing you and testing you beyond your limits, if that makes sense. Because you could think that you did so well one week. Like, you could just be on it with your nutrition, you could be on it with working out, and then you get on the scale and you only lose a pound. Well, let me tell you, 1 pound is a lot, and you should be proud of yourself, okay? People always want stuff so fast. That's the society we live in. Everything has to be right now. If I'm not skinny by next week, then the diet didn't work, and I'm just going back to what I know, which is overeating. Okay, let me explain something to you. I don't know about you, but it took me longer than a year to gain 100 pounds. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. I didn't gain 100 pounds in a year. That was years of me eating like shit. Okay, years of it. I didn't gain 50 pounds in 1 month. Yet a lot of people want to lose 50 pounds in 1 month. But girl, you know damn well it took you longer than a month to gain 50 pounds. You probably gained about 10 in a month, maybe 15 if you was really eating, right? It wasn't 1 month of eating like shit to gain 50 pounds. Let's keep it real. So why do we expect to lose it in 1 month? It's not gonna happen. And if it does, you are going to gain it all back and then some very quickly. Very quickly. The faster you lose weight, the quicker you'll gain it back. Because you haven't taught yourself anything. All you taught yourself to do was to starve. That's what you taught yourself how to do. And are you gonna starve for the rest of your life? No, you're not. You're gonna wanna eat again. And then when you eat, you're gonna overeat because you didn't eat last month. So let's not do that. Let's develop tools to where we learn how to eat properly. We learn how to cook things that we actually like to eat so that we can continue to eat them for the rest of our life. Now, as you get to your weight loss journey, or get your weight loss goal, you reach your goal, you're gonna loosen the reins a little bit, right? You're not gonna wanna stick at 12 to 1400 calories for the rest of your life. That's barely any food. Who wants to eat like that, right? You're gonna wanna eat, you know? But you've developed tools during your journey that's going to help you stay on track even when you do indulge in foods again. Even when you do decide to eat fast food again, you're gonna know you can't eat that every day. And you're not gonna want to, because you're gonna get so used to how your body feels when you eat healthy that when you eat like shit, you're not gonna like it anymore. You're gonna feel the difference. There are plenty of times, countless times, where I've had a day or two or three where I eat like shit and I can feel it. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? It doesn't feel good. I'm sleepy, I'm bloated, I'm irritated, because I've gotten so used to how I feel eating healthy that when I do eat like shit, it doesn't feel good. And so I want to go back to eating healthy because I like that feeling better. But you don't have anything to compare it to if you haven't been on a journey, right? But I promise you, when you get consistent with eating right and exercising, you're not going to want to go back to who you used to be because it's not fun. If I skip more than 2 days at the gym, I can feel it. It's not fun. I don't like just not exercising anymore. The old me loved it. I did it every day. But the new me, it doesn't feel right. It feels like I'm doing something wrong. You know what I mean? Because that's not who I am anymore, and that's not what I'm used to. Okay? So being on a weight loss and fitness journey, it changes you completely in more ways than one. But you have to understand that it's always about consistency. Everyone watching this always remembers that Jesus Christ loves you. Amen and hallelujah to that. I want you guys to remember it's about consistency as well. It's not about you ate healthy on Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday through Sunday you eat like shit and then you're wondering why you don't see any results. It's not about going to the gym on Monday to exercise for 20 minutes and then you don't go again for 2 weeks and you wonder why you don't see any inches off. You have to be consistent, and a lot of us lack that. I did too. I did. Now I'm consistent as hell. But it took me a year and a half to get there. And you're gonna learn so much about yourself along the way. It's gonna teach you how to be disciplined. A lot of you guys in the comments always ask, how do I stay motivated? How do I stay motivated? And I cringe at that word because it's like, oh, motivation, yeah, right. Trust me, it's not motivation. I haven't gone to the gym yet, but I'm gonna go around 10 when I get off of here. And it's not motivation, it's discipline. It's discipline, which I had none 2 years ago. When something got too hard, I just quit. I just said to hell with it. I'm not doing this no more. I would quit at everything and not give two fucks. Like, I was definitely a certified quitter. Like, I sure was. I didn't do anything hard. Hard? Oh, hell no. You can count me out. I like the easy road. I'm not like that anymore. I'm a completely different person. Completely different person. But that took months and months and months of developing. It didn't just happen overnight. It wasn't quick. Okay? So like I said, you start to feel off when you switch up what you've been used to doing, good or bad. So when you start your journey, you're gonna feel off. You're gonna feel like, what am I doing? You're not eating the foods that you used to love to eat. So you're detoxing from that. You know, sugar is an addiction, you guys. Like, I don't think enough people realize sugar is very addictive. So you're detoxing from that because you're avoiding sugary foods, right? You're probably going to get a headache. You're probably going to be irritated. You're going to be hungry. It's just not going to be a good time. Then you're going to start exercising. Now every muscle in your body is going to be sore as hell from the head down to the toes because your body's not used to moving at all. Right? So you're not going to feel right. You might catch cramps. I'm telling you, the first 2 weeks of exercising, you guys, I would literally be asleep and wake up out of my sleep because I caught a Charlie horse in my thigh. Then the minute I stretch out that, now I got a damn cramp in my other calf. And it was just so miserable. It was so miserable. And I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this so that you realize it doesn't last. Because now I love going to the gym. I rarely ever catch cramps, ever. Okay? I love the gym. The gym is my outlet. It's what I do. Before, what would I do? I would sit on that couch. Now I work out when I'm stressed, when I'm bored, just because, It's just what I do. I don't skip a day. When my mom asked me, am I going to the gym? I'm like, that's like asking me if I'm going to breathe. Like, duh. Like, what? You know? But I wasn't always this person. Okay? I was not always this person. But I'm telling you, what's hard is what helps you grow. What's hard is what helps you grow, you guys. When you stick to what you know, when you stick to that comfort zone, there's no growth there. You're not pushing yourself to do anything different than what you've been doing. You're just staying stagnant. You talk about how you want to lose weight, but you're not changing anything that you're doing. I was miserable being overweight. My heaviest weight was 340 pounds. And I want you guys to go to my profile and look. I've pinned pictures and videos of when I was my biggest. Now, I will tell you guys, I am 6'3". So sometimes you guys comment and be like, you don't look like you was 340. I'm 6'3". When you tall, if anyone on here is tall, we have height on our side. So the fat do stretch. It got more room to stretch. If I was 5 feet, y'all would be saying, oh yeah, I could see how you was 340. Okay. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. I'm a very, very, very tall lady, but I was 340 pounds. Okay. And I'll probably never be under 200 because I am tall. Right now I sit around 235, 240. Okay. So I'm tall. I'll probably always be in the twos. Okay. Yeah. Because I want to build some muscle. So I'll probably always be 2-something. But I was 340 at my heaviest weight, okay? And I was miserable. I would get up out of bed first thing in the morning, I'm sore, ain't even did shit. What am I sore for? Knees was always hurting. I hated going shopping, like getting clothes. Like if I had to go to somebody's wedding or an event, I hated that shit. Because I would be going to the store and I'd be like, please don't let me hang out no bigger. Please, can the size 22 still fit? Please, please, please. Then I try on the size 22 pants that don't fit or it's tight. And I'm just like, damn. Now I'm a size 24. So you got to accept that shit. That shit hurts. Like you got to accept a bigger size. When I would order stuff from Fashion Nova, I would get the 3X. And sometimes that didn't even fit. So now I'm really shit out of luck because they don't even carry 4Xs. Like it was just... I hated it, you guys. I freaking hated it. I was always tired, miserable, joints hurt, knees hurt, ankles hurt. Everything was hurting. Breathing heavy, doing simple stuff. It got to the point where I couldn't even really breathe through my nose. And I was trying to convince myself that it's because my nose is stopped up, because I didn't really want to admit to myself that I'm getting too big to the point where now I'm a mouth breather. But I was a mouth breather because I was big, because now I can breathe through my nose just fine. But at the time I was trying to convince myself, oh, I must just have like some, snot or something stuck up there. No, it's because I was extremely overweight. So I'm walking around like this because that's how I have to breathe, because I'm big. Snore loud as hell. My mom would tell me sometimes when I was asleep, I would just stop snoring. So she didn't know if I was like still breathing or not. She said it scared her a couple of times. But those are the things that happen when you're really overweight. And it's crazy because 340 is really big, don't get me wrong. But at that time, I thought that stuff only happens when you're like 500 pounds. Like when you're really big, right? No, I was really big at 340. So I know how all of that feels. I know how it feels to be embarrassed to eat around people because you're eating stuff that you know you shouldn't be eating, and you don't want anyone to judge you for it either. But you're going to eat it because that's what you want, but you don't want anyone else to look at you. Yeah, I've been there, done that. I would go and get fast food all the time. My order at Chick-fil-A, that was my spot. Chick-fil-A was my spot. I would get the spicy chicken sandwich, add pepper jack cheese, no pickles, large size with the fry. Give me a large Sprite, light ice. Add a cookies and cream milkshake, no whipped cream, no cherry, and throw in a side of macaroni and cheese, please. And I would eat all that shit. I would eat all that shit in one second. There was no leftovers. I didn't know what leftovers were. Like, I was one of those people, like, if I get a king size candy bar, you know how like a Snickers bar, like, or a king size, you got 2 pieces? No, like that's one big piece. Like I'm eating, there's no saving it for later. Like, what am I saving? This is what I'm eating right now. So I know what it's like. I know how it feels. And it's not fun. I'm all for you should love yourself at all sizes. And you should. You should. You should love yourself no matter how big or how small you are. You should always love yourself. Okay? You should never disrespect yourself. And you should never allow anyone else to disrespect you. I don't care how big or how small you are. I will always believe that. But we also have to understand that nobody says, oh, I want to be 100 pounds overweight. Nobody says that because that's not fun. It's not fun for your body, for your joints. It's not a pleasurable experience. And I think anyone who's been 100 plus pounds overweight, even 50 pounds overweight, can attest to that. It's not fun. It's hard being overweight. Being overweight is hard. Losing weight is hard. But at some point, you have to decide, what hard do you want to do? Do you want to do the hard that you've been doing and can continue to complain about it and be depressed about it, but you're not doing anything to change it? Or do you want to take the hard route where you're changing yourself mentally and physically, and one day you're going to come out feeling so much better about yourself? Because not only did you lose weight, but you stuck to something that you said you were going to do. Remember when I said I was always a quitter? That's why I had no self-esteem, because I didn't believe in myself. Look at it this way. Let's say we have a boyfriend. I use this example all the time because it's like, as women, we get it. When we use this example, we get it, right? Because we've all probably dated a man that was just no good at some point in our life, right? Just imagine if you had a boyfriend or a husband, whatever, and he told you that every day he was going to pick you up from work on time, right on the dot. He wasn't going to have you sitting outside waiting. Every day he was going to be on time. And every day comes and he's always late. But yet he promises and reassures you that tomorrow is going to be different. At some point, I don't know how many weeks or days it's going to take, but at some point you're going to stop believing that he's going to be on time, because every single day he proves to you that he's going to continue to lie, or not continue to lie, but continue to be late, right? At some point you're going to stop believing him, right? You're going to be like, okay, nigga, right? The same applies with you and what you say you're going to do for yourself. You say you're going to lose weight every year. Every New Year's resolution is, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to lose weight. But every new year comes around and you never lose the weight. At some point, even though you're saying that you're going to lose weight, deep down inside, you do not really believe that you're going to lose weight, because you've proven to yourself time and time and time again that you don't get it done. You've proven that to yourself. So therefore, because you no longer really believe it internally, you don't believe in yourself. That's what that means. You do not believe in yourself. You have no self-esteem because you continue to let yourself down time and time again. You start to develop self-esteem and self-confidence when you actually do what you promised yourself you were going to do. Because once you accomplish the goal that you said you were going to do, you're like, oh, wow, I did that. You're going to pat yourself on the back. You give yourself a smile. You're going to do a little dance. You're going to reflect and you're going to be like, wow, I really did that. And your confidence is going to go from -20 to fucking Pluto. Because you believed in yourself, finally. So if you can believe in yourself and get the job done, you're not going to have any more self-esteem issues. The self-esteem isn't because you're big. The self-esteem is because you keep letting yourself down. That's why you don't have self-esteem. Okay? And I want you guys to start with small goals. Yes, I had to lose 115 pounds. That's a very big goal. That is a child. That's a small adult. That's a whole person, damn near. That's a very big goal. So start with smaller ones. Yes, definitely feel free to ask questions. Start with smaller goals. The smaller goal could be, let's say you drink a lot of soda. I used to drink a lot of Sprite. That was my thing, Sprite and freaking Pepsi. The first small goal could be, for the next 3 days. We don't even have to do a week. For the next 3 days, I'm not going to drink any soda. Just work on that. Get that down. Once you do that, the next goal could be, okay, I'm not going to drink any soda for 7 days. Work on achieving that goal. You've already achieved the goal of not drinking soda for 3 days. Now let's work on not drinking any soda for 7 days. See how that's a much smaller goal? And you'll be surprised, by doing that, you're probably going to lose about 3 to 5 pounds depending on how big you are. Just off of that. So just imagine when you start throwing in some exercise up in there. It's a wrap. You're going to be at your goal weight in no time. Do you see how fast time goes by? We're already in February. So when y'all are sitting here saying, a year, it's going to take me a year flies by. Every time I turn around, people are saying, can you believe how fast time goes? Time flies by. So stop thinking that if it's going to take a year or two, that's a long time. You was just telling your girlfriends the other day that you can't believe how fast time is going. So yes, it will take a year, and might take 2, depending on how big you are. And it took you more than 1 to 2 years to gain it. That's for sure. That is for sure. Most of us are 100 plus pounds overweight because that took years of eating like that. Years of not exercising. So get out of the mindset of quick fix. Okay, let me answer some questions from YouTube real quick. Hey y'all, is flax seeds, black pepper, turmeric, and yogurt healthy? I try to eat these foods every day. So I don't eat flax seeds. I don't even believe you can digest flax seeds, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like they come out the same way they came in, but I could be wrong. I don't really do too much with the black pepper or turmeric unless I'm seasoning it. And yogurt, I eat yogurt every single day. Now, I would encourage you to eat a Greek yogurt so you can get some more protein in there. Yes, this year will be the year this year will be going by anyway. So yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna fly by anyway. So you might as well just let it fly by while you're on your weight loss and fitness journey, y'all. Seriously, you are doing yourself a favor. If I reflect back on who I was 2 years ago to who I am today, I would have never believed I'd be here. Because I've done so many fad diets, so many low calorie, no carbs, no sugar. I've done a lot of different diets, y'all. But I could never stick with them for longer than 6 to 8 weeks. Okay? But who I am today, now I don't think anything is out of reach. I don't care how crazy it may sound to some. One day I'm going to be a billionaire, and I truly believe that. If I can accomplish the goal of losing 115 pounds, every day you have to make a choice, multiple times a day. Think about it like that when you're on a weight loss journey. You have to make a healthy choice every time you sit down to eat. So that's 4 to 6 times a day you have to make a decision. It's not like when you go to work, you're making the decision of whether or not you're going to go or not, right? That's one time in the day you have to make that decision. When you first wake up, you have to decide, am I going to work today? Right? Once you go, that's it. You don't have to decide that again for the day because you're already there. When you're trying to lose weight, you have to make the decision every time you eat something. Am I going to eat this? Does this align with my goals? And of course, you're going to have days or meals where it doesn't. No one's perfect. I'm not sitting here saying that I made the right choice every day or every meal. But if you make more right choices than wrong choices, you're going to see results. Easy. Because you're making the choice more often than not to eat healthy. You're making the choice more often than not to exercise. And when we talked about eating foods that you like, I want you guys to find healthy foods that you like. I also want you guys to find activities that you like. Okay? When you first start your fitness journey, it's probably not going to be fun because one, you don't know what you're doing. So you're already going into the anxiety of being uncomfortable because you don't know how to work different machines and your body's not used to moving. So anything different is going to hurt. You might, get sore. Okay. That's anything. But after you get past that hurdle, I want you guys to find activities that you like to do so that you can actually do them consistently. I love weightlifting. So that's why I can consistently go lift weights because I love to do it. You might start lifting weights and decide that that's not really your thing. And that's fine. I still want you guys to weightlift because I want you guys to build muscle mass, which is going to be very beneficial for you later on in your journey. Because the more muscle mass that you have, the more calories you can eat. You don't want to stick at 1,200 calories for the rest of your life, right? At some point, you're going to want to be able to eat and enjoy it and not worry about gaining weight. So that's where the muscle mass comes into place. So I do want you guys to still lift weights and do resistance training. But even if you guys only do that 3 times a week, but the other days you do activities that you really like maybe you like Zumba, maybe you like to go walking, maybe you like to play tennis, I don't know. Whatever that activity is for you, that's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do because that's what you're going to look forward to doing, okay? It's about finding things that we enjoy so we can be consistent. It's hard to eat foods that you don't like, and you're not going to be consistent for long. Remember earlier in the live, I talked about why I don't eat salads because I just don't freaking like them. It's just boring. Every now and again, I'll have a random craving for a salad, but that's very rare. But if I had to sit there and eat a salad every day, I would not be looking forward to dinner. So I don't want you guys to just eat meals because they're healthy. I want you to eat them because they're healthy and you actually enjoy eating them, looking forward to them. The same applies with your exercise, okay? I want you guys to eat foods that you actually enjoy and do exercises that you actually enjoy. If you work out after work, I want you to look forward to that. I want you to be like, oh, I can't wait to get off work because I'm going to go on this 3-mile hike or whatever it is, okay? Let me see. My grandfather is 109. Oh, wow. Good for him. And he has never eaten good, but yet he is very healthy. He never had diabetes, high cholesterol, or high blood pressure. How much is diet and health genetics? Well, that's amazing. And that's definitely an outlier. Just like we brought up the example of we all know that one person that can eat whatever they want and not gain any weight. It's very rare, right? You probably only know 1 or 2 people like that. But most people, if they eat whatever they want, they probably have some weight to lose most of the time. So there's always going to be outliers to every situation, right? It's never a one size fits all. For the majority of us, we can't do that, especially as we get older. When we're young, most of the time, yeah, you can eat whatever you want. It doesn't really affect you. But it's once you start getting to your late 20s, early 30s, it's I don't know, it doesn't work out anymore, right? Yes, salads get boring. Yes, they do. And some people love salads, and that's awesome. Good for you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because they are very healthy. I just can't. I like hot meals, okay? I want a meal that I can heat up, that I have to blow before I put it in my mouth. Pause. That's what, I don't know. I just like foods like that. I don't know. But to each his own. So remember, always eat stuff that you like, but that's healthy, okay? Don't feel like you have to be perfect because you don't. No one's perfect at all, okay? It's never going to be perfect all the time. And don't beat yourself up if you have a day that doesn't go well or a week, okay? Whatever it is. Just pick yourself up and try again, okay? Do you guys have any questions for me? Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you guys tuned into my live this Friday night. I was wondering if people were going to join because it is Friday night. I was like, are people even going to be on here? I have to watch Love After Lockup in 30 minutes. I don't know if anyone else watches that show. So we talked about nutrition. We talked about exercise. We talked about just staying consistent, and we talked about discipline. We talked about choosing meals that we like and choosing activities that we enjoy. right? And don't feel like you have to do the same thing every day. If you like to switch it up, then do that. Sometimes I'll go to different gyms just to switch it up. I haven't recently, but I used to. Just to change the scenery, see new people. So if you have multiple activities that you like to do, don't feel like you have to do the same one every day. Switch it up. Oh, you like my videos? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Yay! Thank you. Thank you. I actually really enjoy making the videos. That's the crazy part about it. And it keeps me going because I know people are watching. I'm like, oh, okay, I have to do it. I have to do it. So I enjoy making them. TikTokers, definitely make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. The link is in my bio. I post every single day. I do a lot of gym vlogs. We talk about food, weight loss, all that good stuff. So definitely make sure you guys check it out. And when I was losing weight on my journey, that's considered a cut, so you're losing fat. Now I'm on a bulk, so I've gained some weight, but intentionally. I'm trying to build muscle. My bulk ends the first week of April, so that last week of March. It's the last I get to eat a lot of food. Then I'm back to cutting calories again. So I'll be back to, I think my trainer said 1,400 calories a day. So I'll be back to that real soon. I got like 6 more weeks. So I'm gonna just really try to go hard in the gym these last 6 weeks of this bulk so I can really try to put on as much muscle as possible. And then we'll be cutting. So I'll be excited to see how much muscle I've built under the fat that I've gained. That's the one thing I can say about bulking. I love how much stronger I'm getting, but I don't like that I feel like my stomach has gotten a little bit bigger, but that's normal because I'm eating more. All of my clothes still fit. It's not like I had to size up or anything. Pants still fit, shirts still fit, everything still fits. I do feel a little snug in some of my t-shirts, but I can still put them on. But I'm excited to see see some more definition. So I think I'll be cutting for 12 weeks if I'm not mistaken. So that should be a good time. Back to 1,400 calories a day and measuring out everything. Right now I measure, but it's more so to see like how many grams of protein's in it, or am I getting to 2,500 calories for the day, right? So the next 6 weeks will be cool, but then I'll be back on that diet. I'll be back on that diet, and of course I'll be documenting it the whole way so you guys can see. I have to switch up some meals. I won't be able to eat as much as I am eating right now, so I'll probably not be doing pancakes in my near future. But it's cool. It's good. And, you know, people in the comments are like, oh, why are you bulking? You still have fat to lose. Listen, it's what you want to do with your body. It's your body and how you want to live it. You know how you want to look. I don't want to say very muscular physique because I know some people's minds are going to be like, oh, why do you want that? It's like I know how I want to look in my head. And so I decided that this was the time to start bulking. And yeah, so that's where I'm at on my journey. So let me know if you guys, do I do intermittent fasting? No, I've never done intermittent fasting. I've never done it. My mom was doing that for a long time. She lost a lot of weight. I've never done it. I don't know if I can go that long without eating food. I'm on 2,000 calories. I use MyFitnessPal. Yes, MyFitnessPal is great. I love MyFitnessPal, and I love how it remembers what you ate. You can make meals. So all you have to do is just hit that meal. You don't have to literally plug in every single ingredient every single time you make that meal. I love MyFitnessPal. So if you guys do not have a fitness tracker, I'm telling you, it is a game changer. It is a game changer because a lot of times, you guys, we think we're eating less than what we really are. And that's where it gets dangerous. That's when weeks and weeks go by and you haven't lost any weight because you think you're eating 1,400 calories or whatever, but you're really eating 2,500. Okay? So I highly recommend that you guys start tracking your food if you're not already. Seriously, it is a game changer. Okay? Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I think we had a good discussion. Definitely feel free to leave comments, you guys. I read and respond to all comments. And TikTokers, again, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. YouTube, make sure you guys follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. Both links are in my bio. And make sure you guys follow me if you guys aren't already following me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what time I'll be on, but I'm trying to go on live every single day. So y'all will see me tomorrow. YouTube, I always make the lives available for you guys to watch after if you can't tune in. So you'll see it either way. All right, I hope you guys have a safe weekend if I don't see y'all on live tomorrow. Eat healthy, exercise, and be happy, okay? Bye, YouTube.